highlight has come out for the derivatives usage in the Bank of International Settlements report as it relates to the use of FX derivatives by the Chilean government to weather the storm through the Lehman crisis. With me today, Udi Sella of Numerix. How are you, Udi?
Thank you. Nice being here, Jim. Thank you.
Udi, walk us through elements of the report. What was Chile doing in terms of hedging to recent market exposures?
Okay, so let's just be accurate. This is not really the Chilean government. We're talking here about the Chilean banks. And the idea was that unlike previous events occurring in emerging markets, the Chilean corporates were hedged against FX exposure. So when the local currency was devalued, the local corporates did not take major hits, as opposed to crises that we saw, like similar cases in Korea, in India, in Brazil, in Mexico, and so forth. So this is what basically BIS wanted to highlight.
And one of the elements that it highlighted was also that it went beyond just base level hedging. It was almost overhedged in many different ways. What kind of strategies do you think were being employed at that point in time?
Well, I would suspect that, first of all, these were mostly buy-only strategies, or strategies that involve buy and sell, but when the sell is really in the right direction, in the sense that if the local country strengthens, then it is good for the exporters.
And looking ahead, what do you expect in terms of changes in the regulatory environment and the way some emerging market banks are going to be looking at FX derivatives?
So in general, I would say that still central banks would be cautious because of the misuse, if you like, of exotic options in a way that was not really beneficial for corporates. So without really understanding what the risks associated with those trades were, if you like. I do think that central banks and governments would encourage putting good risk practices in place and usage of derivatives in a more beneficial and intelligent way. I don't think that they would discourage people from using, but I think the requirement would be understanding what you do, because this was the main concern, and over the various crises that we have crossed in the last few years.
Udi, thank you. And the publication is available on the BIS.org website in terms of the case study. It was part of the quarterly review. Udi, thank you so much for joining us today and giving a little bit more color and insight around this recent publication.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thanks. And again, please feel free to follow Udi on LinkedIn or join the conversation on Twitter at nxanalytics.com or on our blog. Your feedback keeps us going. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.